What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? This your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. Welcome. I hope y'all enjoyed the live last night. Sometimes my videos take a little bit of time to upload. Sometimes they upload quickly. Sometimes they upload relatively slowly. However, it is what it is. For the people who were there, I actually did a live for about an hour and a half, and universe willing, tomorrow I'll be doing another one expounding on certain subjects and so forth and so on, because like I said, I would like to do a lot more in a shorter period of time. For those who have missed the actual live itself and who may get this upload and notifications, I have notified people who haven't watched the entire live. I will tell you in this video, I have several new email addresses because for some odd reason, a lot of people email me on my personal primary email, and they say that they can't get through. So each email that I do particularly put down will have its specific designation for what you want as far as like services, documentation. There's one for that. If you want consultation, strictly consultation, there's one for that. If you want to remain anonymous and contact me for a serious inquiry, there's a private one for that. And then for those who just basically just want to introduce themselves and so forth and get a little bit more information, my primary is pretty much the same as it's always been. Another thing I always ask people in regards to the knowledge I expound, because again, YouTube basically has demonetized my channel. I told y'all that late last year, earlier this year. And I also leave my PayPal and Cash App information in the video description, because again, I do this out the kindness of my heart. It is what it is. Feel free to give. It is what it is, because workman's worthy of his wages in regards to anything that is for the well-being of, for anybody else that's going through some stuff. And I know everybody doesn't have it at the time, and it's totally understandable, but it's just my extension to your kindness. That's what it is, to keep this channel going. Other than that, if you're watching this video around children, please remove them from your immediate vicinity. Although I have put in my video descriptions that these videos are not for children, they're for the general public, but not for children. They're also for children over the age of 18. They're still considered children, but over the age of 18 by law. So yeah. And this does not constitute legal advice, nor does it constitute anything anti-government. Sole purposes for informational and educational purposes only. Now that we got that out the way, let us revisit a subject that I know that a lot of people have problems with. And this is strictly for the fellas. Now, ladies, you are more than willing to watch. This is not sexist, nor feminist, nor anything like that. It is just a legal explanation for the brothers that's on child support, the men that's on child support, the men that are actually honestly supporting their children and don't have to get drugged into court unnecessarily because they take care of children. But unfortunately, it does happen. Unfortunately, it happens because, men align themselves with, the bitter baby mama syndrome, or they basically align themselves with a partner that's particularly not mentally feasible. And in and of itself, the courts can rain hell on a man's life when it comes to earning a living and trying to provide for his child. So there is something I was touching on when I was telling a lot of people about consumer law. And I was touching on that because consumer law does protect men on child support. And the only thing that child support is nothing more than a tax matter, and it's a credit matter. It is not that saying that it doesn't matter about integrity. It's always a tax matter or a credit matter. It's all about financial, fiscal, moral responsibilities and how the courts bill the man to primarily fund their retirement fund. But that's another story for another day, because child support doesn't go to the child. It goes to a municipal bond is built. So in other words, a municipal bond is created. So it's not child support. It's just another fancy way of saying legal extortion. And a lot of men go through this. You know what I'm saying? From jail time to garnished wages to loss of employment. And it's really the system basically taking away the vital elements that are necessary for you to be able to maintain, to provide for your child, which is an oxymoron in so many ways because it leaves you at a disadvantage to be able to provide for your children or your child or whomever. If you have a child, cool. If you have children, cool. Same thing. It is what it is. Now, let's get down to brass tacks when we get to the legal explanation of this. When they talk about missed payments, okay, or what they call in court language, they call it arrears, which is nothing more than just the equivalency of basically someone saying you owe something. This is the truth, people. Whenever someone says you owe something, it's just someone saying you owe it. If they don't provide you ample proof, a phone call is not proof. A letter is not proof. Proof is proof. Evidence. And we're going to get there later on in this conversation that I'm having with y'all in regards to this video on this subject. But this is how it affects men's credit score. This is how it affects men's quality of life in regards to the baby mama syndrome who wants to take you before the chief banker, i.e. the judge. Okay, a missed payment in regards to child support, i.e. arrears, is a direct hit to your credit score of 90 points. You see what I'm saying? 90 points. So people are like, well, how does that factor in? Okay, 30% of your credit is paying on time and utilization of credit. Now, that's another story for another day for people that have credit cards and so forth and so on. Some people aren't comfortable using them. Some people are. To each his own. But 30% of your credit source and your score is debt collectors reporting to your FICO 10. So when they report to your FICO 10, little do you know it is considered illegal. Why it is illegal? We're going to get there later on in the live tomorrow because I want to keep this video short because I have other things to do. But we'll get into the live tomorrow, universe willing, inshallah. We'll get there tomorrow. Now, here's the reality, not a loophole for anybody who thinks that it's a loophole of men trying to get out of it, shirk their responsibilities, because real men going to take care of their kids, irrespective of what agents have to say in the comment section. Child support is not supposed to be reported on your credit whatsoever. Child support is not supposed to be reported on your credit. Not at all. Now, according to 15 United States Code, subsection 1681, which is the consumer law that's applicable to this, it's not supposed to be reported to your credit. I don't care what nobody may say, because anybody who has anything to say about it is for it, and they obviously benefit on it, and that's some agent shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, what a man is supposed to do in this instance is supposed to say, hey, you know, you do a general inquiry. There's steps to a process to receiving civil remedy in regards to any wrong that's done to you. Okay, so when it says civil remedy, that means that a wrong has been done. So you're seeking a remedy to right a wrong, but you have to go through the legal route. And it's not about what you feel. It's not about what you think. It's not about how you go about handling a business. It's about how you particularly address the situation to have your what is called your proofs of claim. If you don't know what I mean, go down my video timeline and look up proofs of claim in regards to that video if you need a little bit more understanding and elaboration on that. Now, what you do is you write your initial letter, your cover letter. You're just basically making a general inquiry. This is how you start your proofs of claim from square one. You write a letter asking them particularly, do you report to the credit bureau? You don't have to, basically go too in depth with the letter. It doesn't really have to be long and drawn out. It could be straight, direct, and to the point. And this is according to Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, because anything that's reported to your credit is considered a debt. And in order for anyone to collect on the debt, according to 1692 and 1693, 15 United States Code, 1692, 1694, 1694, they basically had to say why they're inquiring about this. Fair Debt Collection Practices Act is exactly what it means. Now, for people who need the overhead on that, do a little bit more research on Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. It means fair. That means you have to be fair. You can't use misleading and, deceptive measures to collect on something that you haven't proven that I really owe. So those code sections will help you. Now, if you notice, 1681 comes before 1692. So study between 15 United States Code 1681 to 1694, and you'll get the framework of where I'm going with this, and you'll get a lot of it tomorrow during the live. Now, if they say yes, you must ask them if they provide to you, and make sure you put in your letter in writing. Respond to me in writing. Don't call me. Write it to me. Send me a letter saying yes. If they say yes, you have to send them an additional letter. You must provide to me the terms and conditions. If you don't provide to me the terms and conditions, I have no way of being able to assess this debt, which means that you stand in honor. You're not saying you owe anything. I'm just saying you provide to me the terms and conditions to which I agreed to say that I agreed that you could report this as a credit matter. Now, 90% of the time, they'll never admit it. But if you are the lucky 10% and they do give it to you, that is the letter that you write in rebuttal. Now, if they say no, here's the ultimate remedy. According to 15 United States Code 1681, according to consumer law, you have what is called permits for purpose letter. A permits for purpose letter is basically what it means. Permits for purpose. You see what I'm saying? You don't send this back to the child support agency in which you're disputing. You already covered the claim that they already said what they said. You take your next step if they say no. So since they say no, you turn around and you write and you send this to all 3 credit unions, and you let them know that in regards to inquiring about that case number, in regards to this being reported on my credit, I would like this to be removed. You send this to Equifax, TransUnion, Experian. You send it to all of them. And 90% of the time, it's a dispute. 10% of the time, they're going to contact that entity or whatever, or they may or may not. It is what it is, but very seldom, because it's a little bit too much of a tedious job, since it hasn't been automated by AI yet. They're probably just going to go ahead and do one or two things. They're going to go ahead and remove it. See what I'm saying? You send it to all 3. But you also had to make sure you mention in your letter, in your letters to these credit bureaus, that failure to remove, according to 15 United States Code 1681, 1692, and 1694, and 42 United States Code 1893, you're going to seek litigation. What does this do? You seek litigation against each and every party involved in regards to that Social Security contract, i.e. child support, and you can get up to $10,000 per person. And you just learned that in less than 13 minutes. Yep. That's your remedy, fellas. Now, if you need help with these services, I'll leave my emails in the video description. And it is called Enlightened Consultations. That is what it's for. And those are the services provided. It's very easy, very simple, very effective. I'm telling y'all. So for a lot of people who be like, child support, you can't get out of it. Yes, you can. These are consumer laws. These are laws designed to protect you. You know what I'm saying? So, if you appreciate that gem of knowledge, you appreciate that. For the men who are going through it, email me. If you're generally inquiring, leave in the comment section. The subject section, child support. Email me on the email addresses below. It is what it is. If you enjoy the content, I will say this continuously throughout my videos, because I never know when I may catch a person. Please contribute to the channel. You keep me going. We keep each other going. We keep this thing going. And plus, I save a lot of people. I save people thousands of dollars on attorney's fees. Thousands upon countless thousands of dollars. So I do my homework. I do my due diligence in regards to this process and this stuff. And I know this stuff works because I use it myself in my personal life. I do the best I can in my daily life to minimize as much debt as they purport me to say that I owe with due diligence. I don't run from my problems. I run to them. So fellas, take that with you for a grain of salt. And hopefully, in regards to anything else that you have going on later on in life, you'll resolve the matter. But, like I said, support the channel, support the content. It is what it is. Peace, light, love. Universe Wellness, stay tuned for the live tomorrow. It will probably be sometime within the afternoon, probably around this time, universe willing. But stay tuned. Agents, fuck you. Because as y'all can tell, still on your ass, hot. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all take care. Be safe out there in that crazy world, man. Peace and blessing to your family. I'll see y'all soon. Take care.